today we're actually talking about how to relieve knee pain. If you've been suffering from stubborn knee pain, I want to teach you some things that you may never thought of before, and some things particularly upstream that may be of benefit to you when you're in the gym or just trying to keep up and move with your kids. Hi, I'm Dr. Matt. Welcome to my quick self-help videos where I share simple and easy tips on stretching and movement to help you improve your quality of life. Remember to share and subscribe. I'm Dr. Matt Bradbury, family corrective chiropractor, and I'm actually at GT Athletics today, hanging out with Coach Mercedes. Good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for joining me and being so helpful. What I want to talk to you today about is particularly considering what may be upstream. If you have knee pain, a lot of the times your hips don't rotate as well as they could, and I want to teach you today some techniques that you can use to help train your hips, loosen them up, which you may notice a big difference in terms of the impact it has on your knee health and how you move and keep up with those around you. So we're actually going to have you do a test today, and Coach Mercedes is actually going to set up so that she has one leg, she's at a 45 degree, well, you can do this on the couch or the edge of the bed, and what she's doing is she's actually going to lean forward, and she wants to test to see which glute may be tighter or doesn't move as well. So when she's leaning forward, I'm going to have you lean forward, and I want you to take particular note of how stiff it is to lean over. Maybe you have to shift from side to side to actually lean over, and then test the other one. So she's taking note of both sides right now, and she's going to take note particularly of which side is a little more stiff and doesn't move. So which one did you notice was more stiff and uncomfortable?
Probably a little more stiff on this side.
The right side?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to have you stand up, and what you're going to do is I'm going to have you just face the camera, and I want you to do one of these. So on the right side, come across like this. And now do the same thing on the left side. So this is another test you're going to use to see which hip doesn't move as well. And do you notice which one?
It's probably still the same.
Still the right side?
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to tackle the right side today. So we're going to put most of our efforts on the right side, loosening it up, and we're going to work on strengthening both sides of the glutes to help bring up your conditioning. So the first one, I'm actually going to have you get into that position. And what you're going to do is just like the test position, I want you to do it as if you're doing the test, but the test can actually be part of how you care for your hip and help loosen it up. So what I'm going to do is have you gently lean forward. And when she's doing this, notice she's working on hinging at the hip, and she's focusing on her breathing because you may be a little bit stiff and uncomfortable. When she does it, she's going to hang out there for 1 to 2 minutes. So that's going to be number one, focusing on your breathing. And this is literally something that you can do when you're on the edge of the couch sitting down at night, on the edge of your bed, to help loosen up and start right there. So we've actually grabbed our friend, the soft tissue ball, lacrosse ball, and what she's going to do with this one, this is something really handy that you can keep at your end table on your couch, or you can keep at your desk. And what she's going to do is just do some trigger point work. And she's going to start on the upper portion of her glute. She's going to breathe into it, and she may notice, if she were to do a comparison of side to side, and it's the right side we're working on targeting today, but she may notice even more tenderness on that right side compared to the left. So what she's doing is she's going to breathe into it. Now with this, she's probably going to spend 1 to 2 minutes breathing, hanging out on the upper portion of her glute, particularly where her low back ties into her glute. And then she's going to work down to more of the thicker portion of the glute max. And you may notice you get your biggest benefit just from working on the first top half of the glute compared to the lower half, the glute max. But again, she's going to provide some time there, 1 to 2 minutes, working on both areas and see what the difference is. Now the cool part is you can actually take that ball out. Okay, after she's done this, I'm going to grab it. If she can go back and test again, so just go back to your stretch. And she's working on the right side. And she's going to see, how does she move? How easy does she shift forward again with doing the first two things? So what she did on the first one was she did the mobilization of the stretch, and the second one she did the ball, which again is going to be useful to you as well. So this exercise, really useful in particular if you've been doing a lot of sitting, haven't been cueing your glutes as much as you should be cueing them, and really helpful with retraining your hips, and also we talked about a little bit before we got on camera, but your obliques,
right,
and your TA and your core muscles,
yeah,
right? So great for conditioning your core as well as reconditioning your glute. And you'll see here with this one what she's going to do. I'm going to have you go ahead and show them. So you'll see Mercedes is actually set up in the side lying position. this is a great one. We were talking just before we got on the camera. This is about conditioning your core and your glutes to help with your knees and help bulletproof them. So what she's gonna do is start with the basic one, and I'm gonna have you do a rep, just to show people. And start working with this one. You're gonna work specifically in the 8 to 10 rep range. And you'll see she drops down and then comes up. And now once you've mastered that for a couple weeks of doing this daily, I want you to progress to the second version. So you wanna go ahead, and you'll notice now she's got her legs straight, longer lever, a little more work, working on conditioning the core with the glutes and helping to protect that knee and helping her hip move better and cue her postural muscles better so that she can help her knee. So there you have it, some basics in terms of, first of all, testing how your hip moves and seeing if it's involved, because a lot of times those tight hips and those hips that don't move properly will be involved with your knee pain. So addressing it, testing it, and now you have some things that you can do, some mobilizations and some core and some glute work to help strengthen your glutes and cue the right muscles so you can help protect your knee in the future and overcome potentially your knee pain. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And of course, if you found this useful, we'd love to see more of you. So please click subscribe. We'd love to see more of you in the future. And of course, we can't do it alone in terms of helping people understand their health more, getting moving more. So we need your help. So our only ask is please take a moment to click share so that someone else can grab the benefit of this video too and help improve the way they live, the way they move, and get more out of life. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.